Hi, I'm Jack. We're here in the windy and cold Pembrokeshire to speak to one of our customers to see what their experience like with CES. Let's go in for a walk. Thanks for inviting us into your lovely warm house.
No
your lovely
problem.
kind dog, Casper. The process, how did you first come to hear about CES and the Eco4 grant?
So I was recommended by somebody that lives in the village who was going through the process and gave me the details then. So I applied online and then I had a phone call and then it just went from there, to be honest.
And I suppose when you had that phone call then, was a lot of comms back and forth regarding setting up the site visits, surveyors and all that?
Yeah, so initially it was down the medical route. In all fairness, the communication between the office was really good. It then went to the local authority, then the council, and then they said there's going to be a bit of a wait then for the local authorities to agree it, which could take up to a month, but it was only about a week.
Yeah.
And then after that, then it was booking people in then. So it was a lot quicker than I anticipated that it would be, which was good. Luckily enough, it was in the summer months, which is even better. So you haven't got people back and forth. You know, you can't control the weather, but yeah, it went, once that initial, yeah, you pretty much clarified for the grants, it was full steam ahead then.
And what was the work that was the house in need of any work at that time?
Apart from the boiler, I'd say no, but the boiler probably wouldn't have lasted another 12 months. So, I mean, I spent over £1,000 on it before that, the year before, so it would have been its last year. So then it would have been another, oil boilers are not cheap, 6-7 grand on that. So it kind of came at the right time. If the heating was on, we couldn't get hot water. So when you've got a wife that's active in her work and you've got a 19-year-old daughter, the bathroom's pretty occupied. So you can imagine that you'd have to turn the heating off in the middle of the winter just so the girls could have a bath. So it was a pain. So from that aspect, yeah, we did need the work doing.
What work did they carry out altogether? Was it solar? I know
yeah,
solar on the roof.
Solar, the air source pump, obviously the new rads, obviously new pipe work, insulation, the ventilation, so tracked fans, making sure there's enough ventilation underneath the doors, making sure they were cut, yeah, and all the associated electrics and stuff like that. Then.
So I suppose there was a lot of work that actually went on then.
Oh, huge, yeah.
What was that process like? I suppose there was a lot of people in and out of the doors all the time and a lot of boys coming here. How did that go?
In all fairness, considering my line of work as a planner and routines, that it was very well organised. And again, the weather was on our side. First of all, the electrician came to do the power for the solar panels and put the new fuse board and everything in. He came, the boys came down to start the air source pump. Obviously they were inside and then the solar panels were being done at the same time. So, the work was overlapping, but they weren't in each other's way. So there was a lot of people here, but, considering it's a big house, considering it's got to have all new pipework because it's all got to be copper, it can't be plastic, it's got to be no push fit fittings, it's got to be a whole new run really, and it's such a big house. The boys that came down, they were here at 8 in the morning and they didn't leave till 7, 8 at night. They were here for 3 days in a row, then on the last day then the senior team come down and then commissioned everything, but the heating system was done and dusted within a week. Yeah. And that was having the solar panels as well. So yeah. I would say start to finish work-wise was probably 2 weeks maximum, which is pretty good considering the amount of work that needed to be done.
Yeah.
That's all new rads, that's all new pipe work. It's the boys work's really, really hard.
Have you seen much? Has it had a big impact or small impact, or what sort of impact it's had with the boat? Because
we were on oil, we've now got rid of the oil tank, and I don't know if you've ever lived with oil and an oil boiler in your kitchen, you constantly smell oil, so that's an instant. And now there's a space there just perfectly sized for a wine fridge, which is now there, so your wife's happy. But it's, like I said, we couldn't have the heating and the hot water before, so that's an instant benefit, but it's different. It's where before you'd have in our old property, you'd have a gas, you'd have instant heat if you're cold, whereas now it's just the house is a constant temperature. You know, all year round it's set to that, and it keeps it to that. And first of all, I thought, oh, it's going to be a big house, going to take a long time to heat, but it's not that bad because it keeps it there, and then it's been insulated so well. Once it gets to that temperature, the house retains the heat then. So it's a big difference, but it's subtle, if you see what I mean.
Yes, I noticed you've got electric car outside as well.
Yeah.
So I guess you charge that a lot at home as well, do you?
Yeah, so we've both got hybrid plug-in cars, so that's another big thing, is that obviously with the solar panels, whereas before on the tariffs, it charges at the cheapest tariff, which is overnight. When you plug it in and you've got sun, and we've had the sunny months, you're not paying to charge the car, because it'll top up the car automatically, and it's just drawing off the solar then, rather than getting off a cheap tariff. So yeah, I mean, at the moment we're not paying to drive the cars, so that's a benefit, isn't it?
So through the whole process, from start to finish, from application all the way to the end, were the communications clear? Did you know what was going on from the people in the office? Were they in touch quite often? Did you know what was going on constantly? Yeah, and in all fairness, they were really good. You know, I did have a few teething problems after, where when it was first commissioned and the heating came on, it wouldn't go off. And it was in May, it was like the tropics in there, you know, sleeping in Bermuda shorts, walking around, and it was boiling. But you know, it's just an error. But within 48 hours, they had an engineer to come down, sort it out, and then... Was you left with a understanding of how to work everything and how everything worked yourself? Was you clued up on how your house is now running then, I suppose? Yes, they explained everything very well. I can't fault all the boys that work here, you know, it's they work long, hard hours. Cost me a fortune in tea and coffee, but you've got to keep the troops going, haven't you? But no, they every single, because obviously there was different people that done different things. They explained everything. They went through the packs and everything, and it was the same. You know, 2 weeks after, then I had all of the documentation via email. Even though they gave me the physical copies, stuff like that, it was nice to have everything on digital. So at least I know I can go to my emails. If there's a problem with the warranty, I know it's at my fingertips as well. And it's probably important for us, like you said, people like yourself who work from home. It's good that we're efficient, that when we get in there, we're not spending months doing all this work, when there's a lot of work to do, which is why you probably saw a lot of people coming in at a very quick pace. Yes. So it's important for us to cater for someone like yourself. You don't want it spread out. If you're going to have it, just try and get it done, finish, and you know, put up with the upheaval once. And no, but it's it was very well organised. CS and Eco4, is this something that you would recommend to your friends, family, neighbours? I already have. Yeah, so there is quite a few people. I've seen the work being done here in the village, and I know, and bear in mind it's not a big village, I know there's at least 3 or 4 people just going through the approval process now. So, but one opposite, 2 doors up, they're all pretty much approved to have it done. So just waiting for the slot to put in there. And I think, you know, it's different when you live out in the village. People don't really want to be reliant on oil so much now. It is expensive, and we don't get snow like we used to. But if you run out of oil and the tanker can't get to you, you're pretty much knackered now, aren't you? Yeah. So Leith, thanks for having us, bringing us in from the cold in your lovely warm house, and thanks to the dogs as well, especially Casper. Yeah. I'm glad the CES has done a good job, and you're very pleased with everything. So thank you very much, Bill. No, thank you very much. Thanks for your time.